2 years ago when we purchased this home. And we knew, as I said, that we were eventually going to have to do the rebuild of the kitchen. We also have bathrooms that have to be done. But he was kind enough to come out just to look at a support beam in our basement to let us know what we needed to do in order to get that fixed. And from the moment that I met him, I knew that he was the person that I wanted to work with, and my husband felt the same. So when we came to this large project finally happening, he was the first person that I called. And he came out, and I had the same feeling with him the second time coming out that I did the first. He's incredibly knowledgeable, and of all the gentlemen who came out to look at my home, I can tell you I have an old home, and it has a lot of quirks to it. And he was the one person that didn't seem nervous, that didn't seem that there didn't seem like there was anything that he couldn't do. It was the confidence that he instilled in me that let me know that he was the guy for the job. Thrilled to report that we are reaching the end phase of the design process. Working with Jerry has continued to be really pretty remarkable. You hear so many nightmare stories of people discussing things that the contractors aren't listening, that the designer has their idea, and they're not really willing to work with you. Well, I can tell you without reservation that this process wasn't like this at all with Jerry. As you know, they came in, they looked at my existing space, and we clearly saw so many issues, not even considering all the appliances that were failing imminently. And we really had to work with the space that we had. The way that my house is configured is we have a really beautiful screened-in porch directly behind the kitchen. We use it 7 days a week. My children are always playing out here. We have dinner out here whenever we can. So one of our big dilemmas was we didn't want to impact that porch. So after meeting with Joe and Jerry a couple of different times and having some pretty extensive conversations with them about what we were looking for and ideas of what they had, we had a meeting, the three of us, as well as a gentleman, Tim, via satellite, and they put together this remarkable presentation of a three-dimensional plan. So my husband and I literally sat there in our dining room with a large screen and could truly envision what the home was going to be like. We're not talking blueprints with pencils. We're talking a real three-dimensional visual. I've never seen anything like it. They were able to give us an aerial view, let us know exactly where all the parts and pieces would lie. Then obviously the first stab at it oftentimes needs a little bit of tweaking. So what we did is we spoke with Joe, we spoke with Jerry, my husband and I had some time to think about it, and we made a list of all the things that we thought maybe could be reworked. For example, in our porch, there's sort of a natural access to a door from the outside in, and originally that is where they had the bathroom. We thought that maybe it would be better if there were a cleaner flow going right through one door into the next. It was just a straight shot. Joe and Jerry agreed, and through their magic, they were able to piece it together and really make it this incredibly clean flow. They flipped the bathroom and the mudroom, and it really just seemed to make all the sense in the world. And in addition, something that I really felt strongly about having an eat-in kitchen, I wanted sort of a cozy breakfast nook. I didn't necessarily want just an island for seating. And again, we don't have a tremendous amount of space in our kitchen, so we really had to work. Joe and Jerry had to work some magic to make it happen, and they truly worked some magic with the breakfast nook, which I wanted to be sort of a cozy feel, not just a straight bench. And through the magic of carpentry and really creative thinking, we were able to all work together and come up with this ingenious idea of actually having a bench that folded out to make it really feel like a U shape and really give it that cozy feel that I was looking for. I can't tell you how thankful I am to Jerry, Joe, and the rest of their team for really making our dreams become a reality.
Well, there's a couple things. This two-family home that got converted into a condo, as good as the builder did on this project, there was a couple of things that need to be tweaked a little bit here, and one of them is this new front entry.
Okay. Get wet a little bit when they walk in the door.
Yep, they're very exposed, and they like a little shelter.
Okay.
And it's got a little forced. I mean, this whole, if you zoom in up this little bit here, you can see it really didn't play very well in the construction. So we're going to try to take away that pain.
Okay. And interior, we got some things going on.
Well, the interior part of it, we need to look at this fireplace because he would like to see a TV going up here.
Okay.
And as you can see, the fireplace is not centered on the wall, which causes a few little issues with the furniture layout.
Yep. Yep. And something back here? They want more definition in the room?
Well, as you can see, the living room really bleeds into the hallway space, which bleeds into the closet space here, which bleeds into the bookcase and the telephone and the shelf.
Yep.
So, and the other thing is that as you can see, what she's done here is it's almost like a paper mache kind of shade here. And what she wants to do is her first reaction was to put a wall up in here to kind of give this definition here. But then quickly we saw that that could be a problem.
We've got some electrical issues. And then, yeah.
And then if you were to approach the door this way to grab the doorknob, you'd actually have to step this way a little bit to get the door open, to go around this way to get in, because now the wall would be in your way. Right now,
sidestep.
Head this way. Correct.
Okay. Okay. Well, I put the measurements. They sent us some good pictures and good measurements. I put it in the model.
Wow, that's right on the money.
Yep.
That's great. That helps out tremendously. Right. Window seat, the windows.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like you got all the textures in here, including the tile in front of the fireplace.
Yep.
That's great.
Good.
So let's see what we've come up with.
So here's the interior of the proposed changes. As you can see, we put the television up here, which means we lose some display space, but I think with this up here they can transfer that stuff over here. We've got a foundation, so to speak, for where the sofa can go and keep it out of the hallway from floating into the hallway.
And if we see, can we go on the back side of this?
Yeah. Well, I also wanted to point out we're starting to mimic some of the details of the mantle and the and this top here as well.
So we've got the window seat here, which is 16.5 inches high off the floor, and you've done the same thing here.
With just a little sill, lip and an apron underneath it there, and then this wood base to match.
Nice.
Bookshelves, storage and drop-off location.
Fantastic.
His new recliner.
And he can see.
You can see the golf game going on.
Got it. That's fantastic. Can we take a look at from this point of view? Right. There you go. We cleaned it up quite a bit. We took away that bookshelf that was on the wall. Kind of gave the phone a home here. We definitely given the definition of the living room and the hallway, and the couch now has a place to live.
It's not a big project, but it's something that's personal to them and meets their needs.
I think it's and any small little change that you can make that can improve, I think we really add a lot of value to your home and to your personal living.
There's the dollhouse.
Yeah. And now they don't have any rain that's going to directly fall onto the porch, onto the landing. Of course, it's going to get wet, but it's certainly not going to get dripped on.
Right.